OK, we've got a big Friday night football to look forward to as well. And Nick is back to look ahead to this double header. We're going to concentrate, Nick, on Aston Villa against Spurs. It has been a record-breaking season for Spurs, hasn't it? But not in a good way.
Not in a good way at all, no. Obviously, great effort in the Europa League. They've managed to get themselves into the final, but the Premier League has been extremely difficult for them, hasn't it? And we can see that now with this graphic here, which shows the number of defeats up at 20 this season, which is Spurs' highest total ever in the Premier League era. So that defeat against Crystal Palace at the weekend was their 20th of the season. Such a frustrating statistic for them, and an example of how they've struggled to have any kind of consistency with their Europa League form and their Premier League form. So it has been an extremely difficult season, as we've seen. We've got this graphic here as well, haven't we, Hayley? So this is the points difference compared to last season between the Premier League clubs this season. So as you can see, Nottingham Forest are top of the pile. They're 29 points better off than they were last season. And then we have at the other end of the scale, down at the bottom, Spurs. So they are 25 points worse off than they were last season. So of course, fifth place finishes last season, but it has been so disappointing this term by comparison for them. You see some of the other teams underachieving compared to last season's totals down at the bottom there. Man City 20 points worse off, Man United 15 points worse off, Arsenal as well down there on 15 points worse off compared to last season. But it's Spurs at the bottom. It's been a really, really tough campaign for Ange Postecoglou's side. So they'll be hoping to at least get a positive result in this game to go into that Europa League final in a better position.
Yeah, because of course last hour you highlighted Manchester United and those unwanted records. Similar story with Spurs, and you just wonder for these two sides in a Europa League final how that has impacted, of course, the recent run of form. Yeah,
well, it has had a huge impact, hasn't it? They really have struggled to develop any kind of consistency in the Premier League, and we can show you that now with these last 10 results in the competition, and it is not good reading, is it, for Spurs fans? Only one win in the last 10. That was against bottom side Southampton, of course. 7 losses out of the 10, so only 2 draws in there against Bournemouth and West Ham. So it has been really difficult. Of course, they've had injuries. They've rotated as well. But it has been incredibly difficult in the Premier League, and they find themselves, of course, 17th, where they were 5th last season. So a huge change for them.
And a huge blow in that Spurs midfield, unfortunately. Tell us about that then.
Yes, so that Palace defeat was compounded by another injury. So this man, Dejan Kulusevski, had to go off in the game. It's now been confirmed that he's undergone surgery. He will miss the Europa League final. And remember, Spurs already without James Maddison due to injury, without Lucas Bergvall as well. So arguably their 3 best midfielders ruled out of this game. So it is a huge blow. These are the options they do have available at the top in midfield: Bentancur, Bissouma, Gray and Sarr. I mean, you look at these options now, you think maybe the most likely midfield in that Europa League final is Bentancur, Bissouma and Sarr. But those 3 have only played 2 games together in the same starting lineup all season, and Spurs didn't win either of those games. So it will be difficult for them for sure, and they'll hope to get through this game on Friday without any more injuries to worry about, because they've already been hit very, very hard in the middle of the pitch.